welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for August 3rd, 2020, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we'll have the day the truth was told call, TFCC. Like I say, bring something to write with. You may find this to be quite interesting. We're always progressing, whether we know it or not. We're always, it seems at times that you're moving backwards. You know, you feel like you're taking 3 steps back at times, but we're progressively moving forward. The adventure in this existence, this current moment now, is involved with a choice that we all decide for ourselves. And what we're witnessing are the last-ditch attempts of the corrupted souls of this planet to hang on to its authority. And it cannot hang on to its authority. So you witness, so you're not in it, you're outside of it. Sometimes it feels like you're in it, but you really aren't. And you begin, it is a true experience for all of us, because of the transition that is in high gear taking place. When you stir something that's been covered for a very long time, something that's been protected for a very long time, that could just go about, muck about anything and whenever, however it chooses. And then when the frequencies of the planet and of the collective consciousness get to a certain vibrational frequency, all of this melts away. It all disintegrates. It just falls away and reveals the truth. And basically the truth is that all that those who are awake or watching is what has been all along, but was never seen. It was never noticed. And now it's being opened wide open. That's just the beginning. So then you wonder, how much energy, how much do you want to compromise your frequency to interact with it? How much? That's a decision that those of us who are awake make. It's neither good, bad, or indifferent. It's just a decision that we make, a choice, and we engage it. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. Pamela Wilson. Think about that. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. You see, the surface is quite diversive. It diverts you from probing, so you walk by it or you ignore it or you just don't give it the time of day. But the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. And when we begin to understand, it's always about the journey within. Adventure is not outside man, it is within. The adventure is within us. And you see how we've all been repeatedly coerced, manipulated, and tricked to believe that the adventure is outside of us. This is why so many of this population of this planet is bicameral. They don't know. And you begin to realize is that, wow, so the adventures that I am seeking outside of myself are within me. Isn't that interesting? So it's like, what are these? Every single experience we begin to discover ourselves. Every single experience we begin to discover ourselves. So we discover that we aren't powerless. We discover, and a lot of the times we're surprised. We're literally surprised. It's like, I did that? Or, how could I do that? How was I able to do that? And I think we've all been met with that one way, shape, form, or another throughout this existence. So we begin to discover that all of our joy that we have been incessantly seeking outside of ourselves in this matrix is inside of us. And we begin to discover that. Loneliness is generated from the mind. Loneliness is generated from the mind, the ego mind. Each of us begin to discover that we've never been alone. We're so attached to the externalities, the externalism of this existence, that we believe that we have to physically be associated with another physical form. Well, this is apparent across the planet. It's not a negative. But imagine when you discover that you've never been alone, that you have billions of pieces, trillions of pieces that are with you that are from Source. You know, I get emails that come in that, you know, people saying that, you know, they remember when they were a kid, they were able to leave the body. It wasn't even difficult. They would just do it. This is where the parents would say, oh, you know, their imagination has just gotten out of hand, or that's just their imagination. And then as the bodies progress, we forget how to do that, how to leave the body. And so we stop ourselves from understanding that we can do that anytime we want. And in actuality, we do. We just don't remember it. So the journey is within. It's never been outside. There's no such thing as an external journey. The journey is within each and every one of us. The discovery, every single step we take within, reveals to us a little bit more of who and what we are. You know, people say, well, who and what we are. You hear that all the time, who and what we are. We are pure consciousness housed in a biological physical form. Experiencing the biological physical form from the God form, or the pure consciousness, the source creator. It's composed of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, generosity, humbleness. All of these things are inherent to the piece of source creation that we are. And it is absolutely imperative when we choose to release all attachments from this external experience constantly, because you can't just do it once, because it keeps swelling back up into you. So you have to repeatedly do it all the time. And what that feeling is, you'll feel it through the heart, mind. You'll feel the release, the letting go. I say this a lot because it's so important to clear the way, clear the path of all the obstacles that get in your way, which is the externality of this existence here with this planet. Clear it away. Let it, just release it, literally all of it, all of your attachments, all your relationships, everything across the board. It doesn't mean you're getting rid of it. It means that you are not attached to it. When you let something go, if it comes back, then that's good for you if you want it to come back. If you hold on to something and don't let it breathe or let go, you're going to smother it. So it's like anything any materialism, anything whatsoever, and I mean materialism, relationships, habits, let them go. And if you have to do it every single day, several times a day, then do it. And you'll feel the release. It's like you have nothing at all, period, nothing. You have no relationships, you have no material things, you have no, the money, everything. You let it go. It's the opposite of what you've been taught, that this civilization has been trained to believe. It's not like you're saying throw it away. It means that you are no longer attached or connected to it emotionally. You enjoy, you experience, but you're never attached. And a lot of us get that way. We become so mired and bogged down with things that we attach ourselves to. It's like money, okay? Now, I'm not talking about going out burning it. Okay, I've released money. What I'm talking about is that you don't have any expectations of it or attachments to it. And this goes totally against the Draco system of this planet and how the civilizations have been coerced to believe. It is the opposite. It's always been that way. I can almost guarantee you that anybody carrying large amounts of wealth are the happiest when they have nothing. They may be overseeing large amounts of wealth, but they have nothing. They personally have no money. They personally own nothing, and they are free, and they enjoy life. Now, are they any different than anyone else? No. And this can be done every day for the rest of your existence, and at least in this body that you're in, with this planet, this world. So you can practice that and just letting it go. So see what happens when we get involved. We get involved with things, and we start interacting with them, and we start, participating with them, with ourselves. Do you ever notice that when you get involved with things with yourself, what happens? Ask yourself that. What happens? Well, you start to feel heavier. You begin to feel stressed. You begin to feel worried, fearful, concerned. You see what I mean? What happens? We get so tied up in all of these thoughts that we embrace and create into reality that we're mired. It's like we're walking around with a ton of bricks on our shoulders. Have you ever noticed that? The more you have, the heavier you feel. But when you have no attachment or expectations of that, genuinely, not forced, genuinely practicing this, you begin to get a warm vibrational frequency through the heart. It's a freeing, relaxing, and then you look at this existence as simply, this is an adventure. That's all it is. I'm eternal. You know, the God within this body is immortal, and soon the body will be immortal. So, what's the hurry? You ever notice how many of us are in a hurry all the time? Got to do this, got to do that, got to do this, got to do that. Well, you know, everybody's got responsibilities. Sure. You ever notice how we take things so intensively serious? Boy, I'll do it. We're not exempt from it. We take each other so seriously. How many people, okay, do you come across in your own community? You're walking around, going to the store, whatever, that you see smiling and laughing. No, you see most people are serious and they're intense and conflicted with all of these thoughts that they've created into reality. Your world, the world that you desire, have always desired, and always will until you discover what that is inside you. Your world of paradise, bliss and joy and peace and prosperity and happiness and abundance is in you. You see how we've been turned inside? You see how things have been totally shifted so that we have been guided to all of this outside of us as that's us. So it leaves us separated from our spirit, higher self, our soul, our God. For years and years and years, have you ever come across people that when they're ready to leave the body, or not ready, but they know they are, that all this stuff starts rushing in on them? Oh, I wish I hadn't have done this, and oh, I wish I hadn't done that, and oh, it's just unfortunate how this is all ending for me. But it's not ending. One adventure. How many adventures do you think you've been on in this life? Maybe it's a boat ride. Maybe it's an airplane ride. Maybe it's a drive through the country. Who knows what it is? Only you do. So when you're experiencing every single moment, doesn't it make sense that you direct your energy and vibrational frequency in a higher realm of adventure where you enjoy everything but covet nothing? Enjoy everything but covet nothing. You could have bazillions of dollars. You could have umpteen homes. You could have yachts and airplanes, everything you could possibly imagine, dripping with wealth. And the way you enjoy it, how do you enjoy all that? Our biggest joy is helping others. Because it's what we are. It's our innateness of the gods that we are. It isn't about having the ego, look at me, because ego is tricky, we all know that. It's about, say that you wake up one day and you just have all this wealth. Well, first thing you're going to do is say, well, I've got to have myself straight before I can help anybody else. So you get yourself straight, and then you start working on a way or enjoying a way where you can assist others. When you know that you're completely safe and secure and taken care of, then the rest is history, isn't it? When you know that you are completely covered, hook, line, and sinker, for as long as you're in the body that you're in, you have all the security, all the wealth, everything supporting you. What do you do then? That's when you start helping everybody you can who want to be helped. This is part of our journey within ourselves. If you can't discover really, truly that you are the love, you are everything. You're the peace and the joy for yourself. You're the enthusiasm, the excitement. It all emanates from you. Not out there. It's just not out there. And when we, each of us, decide in our own way to embrace that consistently, always, you'll find yourself becoming less and less interested in what's going on out there. Because as you become more aware of the God that you are, and the happiness and the joy and the peace and the power and the strength, you'll begin to transform everything that you just didn't care for in the world that you have left, and you put it into the new world. Because this is what's all transitioning right now. No matter what you see, because all that scuttlebutt is about desperation and hanging on to the last vestiges of their illusion of power, control, and enslavement. It's leaving. We talk a lot, like in this meditation. It's your intent, all of our intent. And you're watching it unfold. This is without anger. It's without revenge. It's without vindictiveness. It's without greed. It's without anything that is in low frequency. And when you say, I love them all, I love all of the civilization, all life, why is that? Why? How can you say that assuredly with yourself, as if it's just a known thing from the God within you? It's because they're all parts of you. How could you hate anything or dislike anything about you? Yeah, you may look at your body and go, I don't like this, I like that, wish I could do this, wish I could do that. Which is more ego, because if you were to release and let go and not be so attached to the body and understand what the body is and how to tend to it, then you would end up transforming yourself in the way you desire to be. If you have a constant flow, okay, a constant flow, never, ever stopping, of massive wealth, abundance, happiness, health, and everything, constantly flowing to you. As powerful as each of us are, we can stop that from flowing to us. And the reason we stop it is because with the mind, out of control mind and ego, what happens is that we're convinced, we create thoughts into reality. Those thoughts usually aren't ours, but we create them in reality. And then what happens is that we stop the very thing that we are trying to create into reality. We stop our wealth, we stop our happiness, we stop our joy, we stop our peace, our tranquility, and our benevolence. How do we do that? Because we're just outside of ourselves. Oh, there's nothing in there. Why are you sitting outside of yourself? Yeah, because there's nothing in there. So I decided to sit outside myself and entertain everything outside of me. It just seems more interesting. I really have no clue what's inside of me, and I'm just really, fatigued on trying to figure it out. This is much easier to stay outside of me. It's simpler. You picture a lot of us do that. We stay outside of ourselves. Why don't you go in there and visit? Talk with your God. No. There's no God in there. What about your soul, your spirit, your higher self? Oh, that's just a bunch of gobbledygook. That's not real. No, I have a body. That's it. So, when you decide, each of us decide, to let go of everything and to do it always. And just to be careful of understanding what that means. Doesn't mean you're going to just chuck everything physically and go stand under an overpass. Means that you're just not any longer connecting yourself with any of it. You're freeing yourself. This allows you to effortlessly discover the God within you, because you aren't encumbered. And then when you understand that all of it is temporary. Because when you do leave the body, do you think all of that will be with you? No, it's just an adventure, an experience. Small one at that. So when you continually, it's up to you, continually release it, and you do it within the heart mind. You don't have to verbalize it to yourself. You can just feel the vibrational frequency. I release. Let it go. Because I'll tell you what happens. If you begin to worry and stress and fear about something, say money, finances, but it's there. You know the feeling. You know that feeling. It's in the heart. It's from the ego to the heart, say. So the heart gets stirred up, the emotion, everything, the worry and the fear. And you fear and you worry about it, right? So it's pretty heavy, and it seems weighted the more you do that. But imagine if you were just to say, I let it go. I'm not going to muck myself up anymore with all of this garbage that I bring in, and I create the reality that I get disturbed, stressed, and fearful. It's just, why would I do that? It's just crazy. I let it go. So you let it go. You have a constant flow of abundance, and many don't know this. They just don't believe it anyway. The universe is just flooding you constantly. But when that ego mind comes in and you start fighting, you put your hands up, you got a big, fat, neon stop sign that you show the universe and say, no, I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. Why? Because you're stressing, worrying, and fearing about that, which is already yours. So this meditation, when you surrender, totally, I mean, with everything, letting go of all the stuff, attachments and everything, as if you're completely naked, standing out in the middle of nowhere. Yet, you have no fear because you already know within you that your God, the universe, and everything is always with you. But when you get angry and frustrated and fearful and stressed and filled with anxiety, you negate that. You push it right out of the way. So you walk up to the faucet of abundance, and you've done this. You have a faucet, right? You're going to water the lawn, or you're going to do something, or your sink, faucet, or your bathtub. Turn it full blast and let it run. Turn it full blast. Let go, release, surrender. All of these matrix illusions and enticements to keep you separated from the God within you. And just let it flow. And surrender. And when you don't have expectations and you don't have attachments, this is when it all flows. You don't judge, see. You don't speculate. You don't guess. You don't suspect. All of those things are part of the ego mind, and you let it all go, so you don't have that. It's not there. So you're in free form, free flowing with the God energy that you are, and the love that you are, and the gratitude that you are. It never ends. So you decide once a day. Do it every day, morning, noon, night, as soon as you wake up in the morning. As soon as you get going through your day. Afternoon. Early evening, night. It's a programming. You're reprogramming yourself from the matrix controls to your God controls. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire or want to do is relax our bodies. How tough is that? Naturally, by the way. No pills or anything. But you relax the body. Let it go. Surrender. Surrender your stress and fear and worry. Let it all go. The body will respond. Say, thank you. Have you ever felt lighted? Have you? Have you ever felt light? I'm sure we all have experienced that more than once. Where you just kind of melancholy. You really don't have any concerns or cares. And you're just kind of floating along. And you're happy. It doesn't mean you have a lot of things. We're not talking about that. That's short-term happiness. Where you have a lot of things and own this, and this, and this. Where you're just really happy. I've talked to people who have relinquished ownership of things. And they say to me, I feel so good. I feel so relieved. This is part of the shedding of the unnecessary weight and burden that we put on ourselves. So as you look at the body and you get to know your body, and you say, body, let's relax. Let's just let go the stress and the fear, all the things I've attached to myself through the ego mind and the mind and in the last 24 hours. I just let it go. It just doesn't do any good for me. I'm embracing the God within me and the happiness and the bliss and joy that I was made of and from. So as you relax the body, drop the shoulders, release, surrender all of the attachments. Then we move into the now. And the now is moment to moment. The space between heartbeats. That's the now. And the now will free you from the incessant journeys into the past and into the future, where you will pick up more thoughts that aren't yours, and you will create more into reality that isn't yours. So the now stills the ego mind and the mind. In fact, it leaves the mind alone. And the now is simply in the very moment. Whatever you are doing, it's easy for us to wander. It's easy for us to wander when we're trying to be in the now. You keep repeating to yourself, I've chosen to stay and be in the now, in deep gratitude and deep eternal love. I'm in the now. Exactly what I'm doing, I am in the now, moment to moment. Now, as we do this, we also want to breathe. We want to breath in through our noses and out through our mouths. The breath is only in the now. There's no such thing as past breath or future breath. It's only the now breath. And we're all seated in a very comfortable position. And we visualize as we breath in through the nose, all straight up through our spine. Straight up through. There are these energy vortexes. And they're known as the chakras, 7 chakras. There's others, but we just look at the center through the spine, from our sacral all the way, root all the way to our crown. and organs in our bodies, and are responsible for uniform distribution of our chi, our God force, our life energy, through them. And when we have a disruption in this life energy, or a blockage in any one or more of our chakras, we'll suffer from health or mental issues. So these chakras form the energy ecosystem of every one of us. And a deficiency, like in anything, in this ecosystem can wreak havoc in the different areas of our lives. So visualize the red wheel of light chakra, the root chakra, the Muladhara. And remember to keep an eye on the little guy, the ego. Root chakra, Muladhara, energy, stability, comfort, safety, I am. Orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana, sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, sociability, I feel. The yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, Manipura, strength, personality, power, determination, I do. Green wheel of light, the heart chakra, Anahata, acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity, I love. The blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, communication, expression, creativity, inspiration, I talk. And the violet wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the Ajna, intuition, lucidity, meditation, trust, I see. And then to the crown chakra, the purple wheel of light, the Sahasrara, knowledge, consciousness, fulfillment, spirituality, I understand. And we bring this divine positive energy, our breath. It sustains the kingdom of God, the physical vessel that holds the pure consciousness from Source Creator. And we bring it all the way up through these energy vortexes. And we hold it right just back of center of our heads. And for a brief moment, we hold it. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, we condense it and compress it into pure liquid energy. Omnipotently powerful. It is the purest of the highest or deepest eternal love. We release it over the pineal gland. And as we release it over the pineal gland, you can view the pineal gland any way you want, however you depict it. Raisin, prune. I look at it as a rosebud, a green ball. And it isn't fully functioning. And it isn't healthy. And so when I release this pure liquid frequency energy over it, it immediately blooms into a full fragrant rose of multicolored petals that's eternal. And the pineal gland is in full function, full health, happiness, and joy, and power. Because it is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It's the gateway to pure consciousness, our God, and it's the gateway to beyond. So it's very important to us while we're in these bodies. I see it as it just expands and flourishes. It has a glow, an aura, kind of a golden glow. Now all of us are one. We know that we're merged with the heart-mind. We're merged with the higher self, the soul, the spirit, the God, the body. We're one. We're also all consciously aware that we are of and from the highest and deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. And we have others that are with us immediately as we are. They have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest and deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. This is in its civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. They do appear, however, in humanoid form just to give us a message. And the message is wonderful. And a lot of the times we'll acknowledge it, but usually after they're gone. It happens to me a lot. They've been with us for a very long time. We've been with them for a very long time. What did their form's house? Same as ours. Pure consciousness, the God. Now, some of them choose to surround any one of us in the thousands. They can do this because their vibrational frequency allows them to inhabit small space in large number. And that's bliss. We also have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Helen Thoth, many, many, many more. These are those who have ascended out of physical form into God form and hold that God form, that pure consciousness. We are those of God form who ascend into physical form to experience physical form. Does it make either of us better than the other? No. They're on their journey, we're on ours. We all end up in the same place. They are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And we're all one. We're all together. And we are compelled to reach out to all the other facets and pieces of source creation, our brothers and sisters, throughout all existence, everything and everything. So we call out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, from the highest, of deepest eternal love and deepest eternal gratitude. And they come in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions from every direction, every universe. And they are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth. Many, many, many civilizations and species. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, from the highest, of the deepest eternal love and the deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this forming of the circle of light. And they come into billions. And they are with us now. We call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders, all of the celestials, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest eternal love and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them. Over 1,000 different species travel through this solar system every day. We have the Pleiadians, that's all the species, all the levels. Pleiadians, Sirians, Andromedans, Arcturians, Zeta Reticuli, Greys, Nords, Feline, Draco, Reptilian. Golden Pyramid. Avians. They've been assisting us in our evolution and our enlightenment and our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest eternal love and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, and forming of the circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a few of them because there are trillions, and they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we've never seen before. And the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trolls, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, and they are with us now. We're all gathered throughout the universes, focus-centered with the highest of deepest eternal love and gratitude intent for the liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light, where we release all of our expectations, all of our attachments to everything, all the externalities that keep us predisposed and separated from the God within, the true joy and abundance that is housed within us. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods together. We're all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We've all formed a massive circle of light around this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. It is so bright because it is all of our gods within us. The light of creation, all of us, housing God light energy made from source creation of deep eternal love. It would take 1 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to the brilliance of this circle of light. Now, it grays out the darkness of space. It literally floods, bathes, and saturates all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universe is on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation. And it's perpetual, cleansing everything, eliminating all of the lower, dark, murky frequencies that would wish to keep us imprisoned for eternity. Vaporizing them. They cannot sustain themselves around higher vibrational frequency. This is why you're seeing, watching all of the huddle-buddle of the happenings on this planet. All the confusion. Focus on the elimination of lower dark matter frequencies because of our higher frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. Now, we begin to ascend up above this planet, and as we do so, we're immediately met with a gossamer field filled with trillions of vibrant colors. These are reflections. They're like little tiny mirrors reflecting all the facets of all of us throughout existence. And we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, which reminds us, this column does, that we are the power of healing and we are the power of creation. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. We then are met immediately with the white fire column. This column reminds us that all of us are imbued head to toe, inside and out, with this God fire armor, pure consciousness from Source Creator. It is with us all the time. It cannot be penetrated by any external force or power, any trickery or manipulation, any hocus pocus. None of it can penetrate this field, this armor. We are completely protected 24/7. Now, only you have the power. Only you can determine or decide. If you choose to go into the lower dark matter frequencies or lower survival matter frequencies deeply enough, you will create a breach in your white fire armor. This will allow the lower dark matter frequencies and lower survival matter frequencies to flood in. In this instance, you are then immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This column reminds each of us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower matter frequencies into neutral light substance and send them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. We then immediately have the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and we literally lift the frequencies, cleanse and purify, reinstating the beautiful harmonic resonance of our God love energy. Then we're met with the golden white pink light. This column reminds us of what we are. When you look at the sunsets and the sunrises, when you look at the waters, and you look at the different colors in our skies, clouds, rainbows, you're in awe. Because it is a reflection of the gods within each and every one of us. It's always there to remind us, to show us the true beauty, the grace and divinity, the love and the peace, and the gentleness and kindness and humbleness that we all are. Now all of us continue to levitate above the planet, and some of us that are carrying physical form decide to step out of our physical form and just effortlessly hover above it. And as we continue to ascend up, we're met with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It is larger than the solar system. We designed the shaft of it so we can see into it like a regular crystal. But in it there is this aura, and it is pulsating out and saturating, flooding everything in everything. Of the purest, deepest eternal love and the purest of deepest eternal gratitude. It's literally saturating everything, everywhere. All of our brothers and sisters, everything on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. Experience this, all of this, in this meditation. Visualize it. See it. Feel it. So we look at the top of the column and we design it so the golden ocean can cascade down 360 degrees perpetually. Now, the golden ocean is what? More high vibrational frequency. Each of us are a drop of that golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that golden ocean. With such a high increase of vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude, can you see now, through the veil of deception on this planet, that in truth, these lower vibrational frequencies are exhausting themselves and are diminishing and vaporizing. Then we move a little bit more as we ascend up, and we see this meditative sphere setting center circle. We created this sphere well over 2 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Near 900 of them. All with the highest of the deepest intent of pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude. Gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and abundance. Stillness of mind. Non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity. And every single moment, moment to moment, it continues to intensify and it continues to expand, because every day, millions of us, just on this planet, and in it, intend it so. We intend the love that we are. We intend the peace and the joy and the abundance that we are. That's why this meditative sphere of ours can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and continues to expand. We're beginning to literally saturate all of our brothers and sisters in this entire planet in the love that created us. The joy and the happiness that's within us is within everything. And we're releasing it. And it is flooding everything. See all this. See all of us. See all the sparks of Source Creator. There isn't a number that can describe how many of us there are throughout the universes and throughout existence within existence. We're all gathered here with this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, to expunge all of the irritating lower dark matter frequencies and lower survival matter frequencies, so they are no more. We do it simply by shining the God within us outward, by shining our light that is within us, to be the peace, to be the joy, to be the love, to be the gratitude, to be the gentleness, the kindness, the generosity, to be what we truly are. Cannot be stopped. There isn't a force that can derail it. So it is, so it shall be. Release it all. Let go of all the externality, all of the incessant wanting, having, and having and wanting. Because then truly you'll experience the true freedom that you truly are within. and all the abundance, wealth, happiness, and joy that you could possibly desire. I'll join you in a meditation, and I'll return to close this out. easy deep breath in and an easy breath out. Move slowly. And see the God outside the body. And watch, just as a watcher, how spectacular it is to see the God light energy in the love that we all are, transforming this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, this now, this meditation, always, into the higher and higher and higher deep eternal love and gratitude frequencies of the fifth dimensional realm and our world as it continually takes form of deep eternal love, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, a non-ego world, non-judgment, non-negativity, stillness of mind, a virtual paradise, a God planet, a God world, where all of us shine the God within outward to everything in everything. Take this vision with you. See it, feel it through your heart minds. Take it through the rest of the night, evening, morning. As it is what we all truly are here to do. And it's nothing but bliss and joy every second of our doing. We'll be back here August 4th, 2020, Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation